Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. You hunger for my touch? Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm just hungry. Oh, do you want a sandwich? No, I just want your touch. That'll fill me up. Oh, oh, my love, my darling, welcome to the show. Welcome to BOOZHOO. Trying to get set up here. I had had the whole thing all screwed up from last night. Trying to go live on Facebook now. All these settings are screwy. Okay, how you doing, sweetie? I'm not too bad. Do you want to introduce the show before we start? Oh yeah, I suppose I should, huh? BOOZHOO. In English, that means hello. This is the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO early morning live stream podcast. Live. And NANABOOZHOO Nindija Nakaz. NANABOOZHOO is my name. Natasha is a Nakazo. This is Natasha. And over here is Michael Lyons. BOOZHOO. And Natasha Owe, Michael Iwe. Natasha's over there, Michael's right here. And so today it is Anima A Gija Good. It is the prayer day. This is what we call Sunday in the language. This is what we say in Ojibwe. So in the Ojibwe language, in Ojibwe Moen, ha, sweetie. What? In the Ojibwe language, we call Sunday prayer day. It is the day to pray. And so to get things rolling, our Ojibwe word of the day, bungan. Be peaceful. Bungan. Bungan. Peace. Bungan is like, you think about, what does that word mean? It means to be, serene, to be in serenity. So today, before we start the show, I thought we should do the Serenity Prayer in Ojibwe Moen. Huh, sweetie? Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. So, to begin with, boom. Now, when you pray, you kids, you don't have to make a big deal out of this. A lot of times people are like, oh, you should pull out your tobacco. You should make sure you smudge it down. You should blah, blah, blah. Those are all just ceremonies. And ceremonies are nice, but, you can pray while you're driving the car, too. It don't matter. But this is Ojibwe. Gitche manadu, daga we duka wishin. We ni ji nana gura wendaman. Ji dapanaman inu gegashki katosiwan. Ji anji saduyan. Ji de apichite eyan. Ji anji saduyan. Gegashki katoyan. Ji de apichi nabuakayan. Ji kaindaman ono. Ape enge. Migwech bizandawi getchi manadu. What I said there was, Great Spirit, please help me to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. And then I said, amen. And thank you for listening, Great Spirit. And that's the Serenity Prayer, also known as the drunk's prayer. That's a popular prayer for people in Alcoholics Anonymous. You know who's in Alcoholics Anonymous? Who? Well, I can't say it's anonymous. That would be a violation of their privacy. You can't be advertising that you're going to AA. People start talking about you. Oh, why'd you go to AA? Are you an alcoholic? That's a question they should ask when they see you in a bar more than that. You know. Oh, I saw you having a glass of wine with dinner. Are you an alcoholic? Hey, it looks like Jessica's here. BOOZHOO, Jessica, Mino Gigajabe. And Sheila's here. Anin Nijikwe. Hello, my sister, my friend. And starting out our prayer day with a Serenity Prayer. A prayer for peace. Bungan. Bungan is the Ojibwe word of the day. Bungan. To be peaceful. And that's what I'm about. You know? I got that peaceful, easy feeling on this prayer day. Jessica Gonzalez says, Great Spirit, grant me the ocean spray to accept the things I cannot change, and the twisted tea to change the things I can. Well said. Grant me the ocean spray. So today's Ojibwe, you know, for anybody new to the channel, this the show's put on by Michael Lyons. And Michael got his start teaching Ojibwe language by use of the comic strip. In Ojibwe language, but anyway, he's got a comic strip called Ojibwe. Long before there was ever a BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, there was an Ojibwe comic strip that would teach the Ojibwe word of the day. And here we've got Anamoshag, the old Anamoshag dogs. And the dogs are saying, Bungan, peace. The dogs, peace. The Anamoshag, Bungan. And he's got the little peace sign there. And this has been your Ojibwe word of the day. I'd like to thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. And Gigawaba Min. What are you doing? What? Why are you saying goodbye? Oh, we're not done? No, we're going to do a live stream. Oh, that's right. Oh, for crying out loud. It's not one thing, it's another. You mean we can't just have 5-minute live streams? Oh, we could, but... What? What do you want? You got your prayer. You got your Ojibwe word. Sweetie. What? What's the matter? Nothing, man. I'm not feeling very peaceful. I'm all agitated. Ninishkadas. I'm angry. Why are you so angry? Oh, man. You know, I guess the thing that really gets under my skin. No. This is me pretending to be angry. You know what I hate? Oh. So that little cat's back. Should we name him? What do you want to name him? I don't know. If we name that cat, then, you know, he becomes our responsibility. We've got a new squatter in the basement. Little black, just tiny little Gajagants found his way to our, I put a space heater down there to keep the pipes from freezing. We had like 2 weeks of just sub-Arctic temperatures. And today it's just sweet. It was like 16 degrees. Didn't even freeze last night. I mean, it probably froze, but, you know. It's been below zero for weeks. And our water pipes are freezing up. Truck was freezing up. Everything was frozen up. I was frozen up. my heart froze up. froze up. And so we pulled out a, little cheap space heater and put it under the house. And it's been running for weeks now. I don't even want to know what our electric bill is going to look like next month. But but so it made it nice and warm down there. So this little cat found his way there. This little Gajagaints. And he looks just like Bagheera, only like a quarter the size. And he's a scruffy, I think, outdoor cat. I went out yesterday and I tried to follow his tracks to see if he was coming from a nearby house. And I lost the track. I don't have my grandpa's skill of tracking animals. Did you know that about my grandpa? What? He was a good tracker. Really? Yeah. Like, he was a cop and everything, but even after he stopped doing that, sometimes the cops would get him to come track in the woods because he was so good at that. Old Indian trick. And, but anyway, so this cat found his way, So, ended up feeding him, made a little bed for him down there. And then, he was also just sitting outside in the wind, so I made a little lean-to out of cardboard. And I've been feeding him in his little, his little shanty. It kind of looks like Chaz in front of the house there now. Got a little cardboard lean-tos. Little food, and then I made a bed in there with a big old pot because I figured it'd stay, waterproof. And I put a plastic bag, and then I put fleece lining. So it's kind of maybe we'll just let him be an outdoor cat and keep Bagheera inside. So yeah. Because let's be honest, I can't be bothered to trap a little cat and bring him into the pound. Here you go. Make sure he gets his shots. I want this cat vaccinated and chipped. What is this? What is America in 2020? 1984. I'd like to get this little kitten fitted for a mask. I don't want him catching the COVID. So let's see what's going on here. Mistletoe Seder. BOOZHOO mistletoe. When you're hanging around, I feel like kissing people. Nah. She says, BOOZHOO, glad to finally catch a stream. Yeah, well, welcome. We're just talking about Bungan, how to be peaceful. And we did the Serenity Prayer. You don't have to be an alcoholic to do the Serenity Prayer. It's just... alcoholics understand something we all need to understand. That life is hard sometimes. It can be stressful. You can lose peace. And that you need to ask the blessing of the Great Spirit to grant you peace, serenity, to accept the things you cannot change. Most things I can't change. I can't change the weather. Sorry. What's your name? That really cute politician. Omar? Well, no, her too, but the Hispanic one. Ocasio-Cortez. I know you think we can just do something and make it warmer or colder or whatever you want, but we can't. I accept that I'm not going to change the weather. I'm not going to change... most of the time, anybody's mind about anything. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna wake up anybody. Grant me the serenity to accept that, I'm not gonna get any younger. My hair is not gonna get thicker as I get older. Oh yeah, he was that one exception to the rule of getting older. His hair got darker and thicker. He got more muscular. And just generally had more energy every day as he got older. Until by the time he was 100, he was a superhero. That's not going to happen. I'm going to get older, fatter, balder. sicker, more stuck in my ways. This is, I accept it. I can't change those things. And, but then the courage to change the things I can. Not even the strength to do it, just the courage. You're not even praying for, give me the wisdom and the intelligence and all that to change things. Oh, yeah. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to give me the courage to finally stop losing hair. I'm going down a dangerous path of self-destruction if I continue to bald. What else? Oh, but to change the things you have to. So like alcoholics, they understand this. They're trying to change something about themselves. They're like, hikes. I've been leaning on this alcohol since I was 13. I've been a drunk person rather than a sober person. To take the edge off. I need help. Help me change that part of me. I'm not going to be a person who staggers around, acts like a fool anymore. But I love it so much. And it's so boring and painful to be sober. So they ask for help to change. But you got to be wise to know the difference. The in. The wisdom to know the difference. How do you know what you can change, what you can't? But that's kind of that becomes an excuse too, Oh, I don't know what I should change. Yeah, you do. If you're fat, you don't, oh, I have to go research. How did I become fat? Am I really fat? What's the body weight index thing say? What would be the best diet and the best exercise? You already know the answers. Quit eating sugar and pop and pizza and everything delicious. Eat the stuff that's healthy that you never buy. Lettuce, cucumbers, and exercise more than you are. Should I order a treadmill? Or should I get get off your butt, go for a walk, do more push-ups than you think, do so many push-ups that you run out of breath and you get sweaty in the middle of the day. That's how you lose weight. That's how you change, Is that why you're so crabby? No, I'm not crabby. That was a bit. Oh. Excuse me. I got the COVID. Okay. La la. Oh, so anyway, you know what we did yesterday? Should we do our intro? Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast, the serious entertainment show for all the kids to enjoy. Check this out. I always wanted to be on Sesame Street. Sesame Street was the first introduction to so much of what we do now. And so much, really, when you're a kid, it's like your first TV show. So the wife and I, we went to Sesame Street the other day, and this is what happened. So you want to learn Ojibwe language and culture. You've come to the right place, need you to learn about it all. Welcome to NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Oh, sweetie, you got such a sweet voice. Ah, thanks. So, yeah. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. And culture. Ripping off somebody else's song. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? We got a call. Oh, really? What line? It's on line 2. Let me patch you over. Okay. Line 2. Caller, you're on the air. That's not the right one. Caller, you're on the air. Hee hee hee. Oh, which am I looking? There we go. Michael Jackson, how you doing? What you doing, man? I was just, doing my my show. Ah, for crying out loud. I just screwed up the camera. Hold on. Hey, that's my song. You ripped off my song. Did I steal your song? I'm just trying to move the camera. What do you mean I stole your song? That's my song. I wrote that song. It's Human Nature. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jackson. Yeah, sorry about that. We stole the piano riff from Human Nature to write the intro song. Yeah, that's my hit. I wrote that song. I'm a genius. Well, to be fair, though, you didn't really write that. Maybe you wrote the lyrics, but the piano player for Toto, I found out, wrote that piano riff. Isn't that right? No, that's ignorant. I wrote it. Oh, really? Do you play piano? No, I don't play piano. All right. And anyway, what's with those lyrics? Those lyrics are kind of creepy, don't you think? No, that's ignorant. It's beautiful. I mean, what are you saying exactly? If they say why, number one, they don't say why, they ask why. Tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? I don't even want to know what you're talking about there, Mr. Jackson. It's not funny. It's an old bit, and this is a children's show, so there's no room for that kind of humor. But, it's pretty gross. No, it's human nature. I mean, PYT, pretty young thing. Yeah, that's another one. PYT, pretty young thing. What are you singing about there? I've had it with you. I'm going to go. Okay, you gig about me, Minowa. Yeah, okay. Not today. I'm not going to entertain Michael Jackson anymore. Why? Why? I mean, all that stuff was true. What stuff? How he married Priscilla Presley. I mean, it's gross. Okay, hey, everything's okay. Bungen. Peaceful. And we got to get peaceful here. What makes you peaceful? Brandy Marie's here. Hey, bonjour, Brandy Marie. How are you, my sister? She says, this is great. NANABOOZHOO, Natasha, Michael. Hey, Michael, you just got a shout out from Brandy Marie. Hi, Brandy Marie. Michael never gets any attention here. Mistletoe says, why does the puppet look more real than the actual person? Yeah, no kidding. That puppet of Michael Jackson, it's eerie how much that actually looks like him. Let's take a look at him again. Yeah. That is what he looked like in the end. And, we were kind of told to feel sorry for him. And like I do in a way, or did in a way. I mean, he's probably still alive. But he did that to himself, Oh, I never had a childhood. Yeah, well, even if you didn't have a childhood, you had 40 years of adulthood of playing on Ferris wheels and playing grab ass with little kids, Get over it. And he just sort of normalized, for the masses, they started to accept that, some men will do that to their face. It's called plastic surgery. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be a grown man who behaves in this way, because he's a genius. No thanks. Okay. Maybe I am crabby. You're kind of aggressive. Yeah, I know. I think I got these photos on the wrong side. I'm going to move this dude. How do I do that? Sweetie? Yeah? You got another call? Oh, okay. What line? Line 2. Huh? Caller, you're on the air. Yes, Joe Biden. Oh, hello, Mr. President. How are you? Huh? I said, hello, Mr. President. How are you today? Joe Biden. Yeah, I know. What can I do for you? What do you want? You called us. Huh? I said you called us. Oh, that's right. Right. Yeah. Corn Pop. What? Corn Pop. He's a bad dude. Yeah, I know. Every once in a while he calls in. He wants to retell that story of Corn Pop. Why does he do that? I don't know. Yeah, Corn Pop was a pretty bad dude, huh? Yeah. I kicked him out of the pool area. Yeah. You know how those gang members always swim around in the public pool? I said to Corn Pop. What'd you say to Corn Pop, sir? Sir? Mr. President? Huh? What? You were telling a story. Who is this? I gotta go, man. It's Corn Pop. No, you're Joe Biden. Oh, yeah. All right. What do you want? I gotta go. Oh, okay. I'll see you later. Yeah, Giga Wub him in. Joe. He doesn't sound good. I'm a little worried about him. Are you? Not really. So how you guys doing? Do you have a peaceful, easy feeling? I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know I won't let you down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I don't know if that's really the lyrics. I can't remember. Yeah. Overture, cut the lights, this is it. We'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What if we did something else? Let's see, did I have that, do-do-do-do-do. I guess not. I was going to do a harmonica song, but I forgot to load up the thing. And harmonica's way over there. If they say why? Hey, Daniel Black. He says, gotta go, we'll watch later. All right, we'll see you later, Niji. Giga Wabamin. Minawa. I will see you again. I will see you, Nagudge. I will see you later. If they say why. So let's see. Story time. Remember the 80s, sweetie? Yeah, you love the 80s. Yep. Never get tired of talking about the 80s. Back in the days of the grandfathers. Hairspray was a valued commodity. All the ladies, before they would go out, would do up their hair. They had special, like curlers, rollers, irons, and then they would spray their hair until women walked around with giant manes of curly hair. And then they would start to put on the eye makeup. Thick black eyeliner. Blue eyeshadow. And then they would start to put on their earrings. 2, 3 per earlobe. Sometimes dangling. Sometimes dangling with trinkets, you know. And then, oversized sweatshirts that would fall off their shoulders, you know. Jeans that went way up above their belly buttons. And really tight. Sometimes they'd even have like little zippers on their bottoms of their pants because the bottoms were so tight. Their feet wouldn't even fit through their jeans. Or they might tie bandanas down on their ankles. I don't know what they thought was going to crawl up their pants, but it had to be super tight. And maybe some little booty socks. And the socks should probably match your sweatshirt. Or at least your bra strap that's showing out. And I forget, what kind of shoes did you guys wear in the 80s? You know, it's like little tennis shoes. Or, you know, you could still wear high heels in the 80s. Did you wear high heels? No. Yeah. You know, if you're a real rock and roll girl, you might wear thigh-high leather boots, a leather jacket, or just like an oversized blazer, roll up them sleeves. You know, women could get away with wearing men's blazers. They're like, oh, for cute, look at her. She's just swimming in her clothes. She looks like Big John, Little John. What's Big John, Little John? Don't you remember that? Big John, Little John, what a way to grow. It was about a guy who took some sort of weird magic potion and it transformed him into being a little kid. And I can't remember if he was always a little kid or if he went back and forth. But I kind of remember it was like being the opposite Hulk, where the thing happened and now it was a little kid wearing big adult guy clothes. And he had to walk around and pretend to be a little kid, like go to 3rd grade, but he had the mind of an adult. And it was called Big John, Little John. Speaking of Michael Jackson. The adult in me likes the fiber, but the kid in me likes the sugar. Sugar, toasted, whatever. The hay, frosted hay for breakfast. And it was called Big John, Little John. It was a Saturday morning cartoon. Let's see what's going on here. Kizzy Renee Davis found my great-grandmother was Bear Clan. Your great-grandmother, she was Muckwa Do Dam. Your great-grandmother was of the medicine people. You know, a lot of people think of the Bear Clan as being the protector clan because bears are so tough and dangerous, you know. The warrior clan, you know. Everybody wants to be a warrior. But a lot of them Bear Clan people, especially the women, would become medicine people. They knew about, you know, like bears, you know, bears know the good and bad berries to eat. Bears used to be called berries. No, they weren't. But, yeah, Muckwa, your grandma. Well, that means you're probably... Where does your clan go through your mom or your dad? I think it goes through your dad. Oh, okay. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't really know. But you could kind of consider yourself... In any case, don't marry someone from Bear Clan. That's like marrying your cousin. Unless they're really cute, then it's okay. See, I'm all about the 80s glam metal. Yeah, me too. You know, one really underrated band from the 80s, the Vinnie, Vincent Invasion. Later went on to become Slaughter. But, you know, when Ace Frehley left Kiss, I got a new guitar player. Vinnie Vincent, he was the Egyptian warrior. Had a big old gold cross on his face. And he was this great guitarist and actually a really good songwriter. He wrote Lick It Up. Which is a funny sentence. He was a good songwriter. He wrote the song Lick It Up. But he wrote a lot of those Kiss hits. And then when Kiss kicked him out, he started a band called the Vinnie, Vincent Invasion. And Mark Slaughter was their lead singer. And they had some good songs. And if you're into that kind of 80s, rock. Then, of course, there was Motley Crue. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Home, sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way. Just set me free. Home, sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way. La, 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 la. Home, sweet home. Oh, I thought we were going to sing together. You just sing by yourself. I have a hard time harmonizing when we're live. Yeah, I know. Have you ever noticed that? Natasha. She's the great harmonizer. You even me out. I can kind of start to spiral, get all crabby and aggressive when I'm on the live stream. I don't know why I picked today to stop tolerating Michael Jackson. It's over. It's over, Rambo. Nothing's over. The great actor Sly Stallone. He called in yesterday. I know, I loved it. Yeah. I'd be more impressed if Sylvester Stallone called again and if Joe Biden called. I don't know why we got to hear about politicians every day and night. When's the news going to cover the news of Sly Stallone? Don't you be my number 2. Well, what do you think, sweetie? You want to come over here and say hello to these fine people? To our little group here? To the BOOZHOO crew. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, sure. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to mahjong. I'm going to go sit over there. But I want to say, miigwech bisandawe. Thank you for listening to me. Be all crabby and aggressive on this prayer day. Not very, whatever. Hoka. Hey, Niji. You want to carry me over there? Sure. All right, well, Michael's going to carry me off over there to stage right? Stage left? Stage left from the viewer. I don't know. Oh, okay, see you later. Giga waba min. Minowa. Oh. All right, sweetie. What's the matter with you? I don't know. I didn't realize until I started talking, but I'm in just kind of a foul mood. You're in a foul mood? Yeah, but, I think I'll just have a cup of coffee, and then I'll start to feel more peaceful. Yeah, why don't you pour yourself a nice cup of coffee, and then you can settle down a little bit, and I'll go on camera, and I'll talk to the people, because I feel great. Yeah, I almost can't even picture you being crabby. Me? Well, I get crabby sometimes. Do you? Like, what makes you crabby? Oh, I get a lot of road rage. You get me behind the car, and some idiot isn't doing what they're supposed to do, and I get road rage. No, you don't. No, I know. Raging on the road, 2 in a row. Everybody knows. On the green light, you rev it on the red line. La 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 la. Does this look kind of green to you? Hoka hey. La la la. A-ho. okay. Oh, you know what? It's probably reflecting off that green screen. Gives it kind of a green hue in here. Hi. How you doing, everybody? It's just me, the delicate little flower known as Natasha. Natasha Ninja Nikaz. Natasha is my name. And I'm an Ikwe. I'm a woman. So hear me roar. Roar! I am woman, hear me roar. La 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 to ignore. It's such a stupid song. Where's your pink hat? I didn't wear it today. I'm not going on that march. Hey, hey, hey. La la la. So yeah, how you guys doing? The Serenity Prayer bungin' to be peaceful. And I think the thing about being peaceful, I guess I don't know what I can say about this word of the day. When you have gratitude, you're peaceful. Gratitude is kind of the cure-all for everything. Miigwech wendam. To be grateful. They always talk about the 7 Anishinaabe values. Oh, truth, courage, honesty. But one of them is gratitude. Is it? Is gratitude one of the 7 Anishinaabe values? Miigwech wendam? No, I don't think it is. Oh, what am I talking about? I think it's a value, but it's not the grandfather teachings. Oh, okay. But yeah, they say if you to be grateful is to be happy. And to be peaceful is to be happy. That's what people really want. People don't really want anything more than just peace. They want all the fighting to stop. People are afraid. You can't be peaceful if you're afraid. Oh, there's wars coming. Rumors of wars. Oh, the pandemic. Oh, the climate change. Everything's going to be bad someday. I heard this guy say, I've decided to subscribe to, Newsweek or one of these magazines that comes out every month. But I asked them only to deliver the stuff from 10 years ago every month. Because 10 years ago was the same thing. The world is ending. War on the brink of war. The climate is going to change. Oh, immigrants are going to storm the Capitol. Whatever. And, it all comes true and none of it comes true. It's hard to be peaceful when you take everything so seriously. Oh no, 9/11. Oh, it's a war on our freedom. They're jealous of our freedom. Is that why those guys attacked us on 9/11? Yeah, I don't know who attacked us on 9/11. Yeah, us. Oh no, they're jealous of our freedom. Well, don't be jealous. I guess we're safe from terrorism now. Can't even walk around without a mask on. Oh, can I think differently? Can I question the authorities? No! Anti-vaxxer? Easy. Easy, Louise. Sometimes it snows. So when was your most peaceful time in life? My most peaceful time in life. That's a good question, sweetie. I don't know. It wasn't when I was young. I mean, those were good times and everything. It wasn't the 80s. Really? I thought everything was better in the 80s. Oh, for sure they were. But it wasn't more peaceful. I was under a lot of stress and, we were partying it up. So it was, it was fun, but it wasn't peaceful. Yeah, I don't suppose. You can't just move every 2 years and have 5 different jobs and 3 different whatever and call your life peaceful. I want a peaceful, easy feeling When was your most peaceful time? If I'm being honest, right now. In a weird way, this is the most peaceful my life has ever been. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Say what you will. Oh, got no freedoms. Oh, lockdown. Oh. In our world, in this little room with Bagheera, our little cat, and whoever has been living under the house, we have our little... Sometimes, I was walking through the house the other day, and we had a red blanket up over a window, and a blue blanket up over this window here, and the sun was shining, so it was kind of making it a blue and red glow in here, and then the yellow walls. And we had some pretty music, and NanaBOOZHOO put on a YouTube video of a crackling fire. It's just peaceful in here. We played some guitar, we sang some songs, and you got on the piano there, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's the end of the world as we know it. It's like, yeah, well, good. The world was sort of overrated. I say let's make room for the new thing. Everything's changing. Okay. Grant me the serenity to accept it if I can't change it. I mean, the FEMA camps are another thing, but, Sunny day, everything's A-okay. So back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a young girl, and I'm trying to make up a story on the spot. Once upon a time, there was a lesbian, diverse person of color who was brave enough to find the Batcave and put on Batman's suit and then go fight crime as Batgirl. And for a while she was a short-haired white girl, and now she's a black girl in Batman's... This is a TV show. Only TV could screw up something as easy to make entertaining as a Batman show. Until you don't want to watch a show about Batman? No, this is a new kind. This is, Batgirl. She's an empowered superhero. Yeah, okay. La, 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 do, do, do. I mean, I'm sorry. Superheroes are just a guy thing. Girls don't really care about that. I saw an ad for some political thing, and it showed a little girl with her hands on her hips and wearing a cape. And it said, some heroes, not all heroes are boys, or sometimes a girl is a hero. And it just looks so forced and so fake. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe some girls want to play Superman, but most of them don't. Most of them give them their choice of what they want to play pretend as. They want to be the princess, I remember my brother, he wanted to raise his first daughter as a strong, independent, empowered woman. But all she wanted to do was be a pretty princess. And she'd be like, okay, let's play. You guys save me. I'll be tied up to this tree and you guys fight over each other and try to save me. And no, you could be a fighter. Here's a sword. She goes, no, I don't want a sword. I want a tiara. And then this is Nina. If you're watching NanaBOOZHOO, then they put her in dance class. And all the little girls had their little black not tutus, but dance outfits. They looked really sharp. Just black tights and whatever. Well, Nina, she wanted a pink one. She goes, no, I want to wear pink. I want to wear pink with a big white fluffy skirt. And she was the one kid in her dance class not wearing black. Oh no, I'm a princess. She was such a girly girl. But yeah, okay, so sometimes women, they need a her hero. Yeah, okay. Mistletoe says, I, for one, welcome the squid overlords. Thank you. I, for one, hello, squid overlords. Welcome to our planet. I long to return to the sea. Evolution was a mistake. Thank you, Mistletoe. Evolution. We're going back in the trees, everybody. And then eventually back into the water. And eventually back into plants. And eventually back into rocks. And eventually back into the Big Bang. Oh, here, kids. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO's Debunking Science. Hi, kids. Did you know evolution is just a theory? And it was set out to discredit the Bible. It's a lot of nonsense if you really think about it, and cannot be, at all proven through the scientific method. Also, Santa Claus is fake. Your parents are liars. And this has been your moment of truth. Dep way win. How about we do a bit like that, where we just tell kids the truth about stuff? They never went to the moon. This has been your BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO moment of truth with Natasha. La 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 la. Do 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 do. What was that? The Tonight Show theme? La 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 la. Do 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 do. Here we go, says Jessica. We've got our rabbits. But why would they lie? That's a interesting question, but irrelevant. Why would they lie about Santa Claus? I have a theory. Santa Claus distracts from the story of the Bible. Just like 99% of everything they teach you in science. Oh, are you a science denier? I'm an astrophysicist. I'm an expert on things that you can't see. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Oh, that's billions of miles away. I mean, that at the end of the day, yeah, all evolution is just like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fake too, kids. But it's to set a narrative that, oh, you know what? Billions of years ago, this thing happened. How could you possibly know that? Oh, we're scientists. You see, we have a special machine that will tell you how old a rock is through radiation, something or other. And oh, look, we found a bone from the Jurassic Age. Because we're employees of Jurassic Park. Just trying to antagonize the censors. The squid overlords who run YouTube. Mistletoe Seder says, Santa is mythical version of Saint Nicholas. He was real. He was also black. Yeah, right. Santa's an anagram for Satan. Saint Nicholas. Oh yeah, I'm the saint of what? Lying to children? I am the saint of, old icky Joe Biden type guys who tell little children to sit on their lap and whisper their desires in his ear, and that he'll come in the dead of night while they're asleep, if they're good, and, reward them with presents. The whole thing is creepy. I say down with Santa. Yuck. You stand at my house, Santa. Santa Claus. Oh. You kids better be good. Santa's watching. It's the first conspiracy theory. Talking about going down the rabbit holes. Why would they lie? Do you believe in Santa? Or are you a Santa denier? And there's the squid overlords. They try to keep people from exposing the truth. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. What do you think? Everybody in the whole world got together, all the governments, just to lie to the children? And we were talking about this, the first kid in kindergarten who comes to school and he goes, "What, you still believe in Santa Claus?" He gets into trouble by the teacher. Teacher comes over and says, "Hey, Billy, don't say anything. You're ruining Christmas for all these kids." "But it's a lie." "No, it's not a lie. It's just, it's like fun. It's fun for the kids to believe. A middle-aged white guy from the North Pole flies in a sleigh pulled by animals that don't fly normally, lands on your roof, breaks into your house, looks at you, even though he knows already, somehow magically, whether you're awake or asleep, and whether you're good or bad. He's a philosopher. And then he'll leave some, gifts, all to celebrate the birth of Jesus. You're like, what? Get out of here with that. Oh, you're pagan. Well, this is mistletoe. Look who I'm talking to. It's a Christmas pagan ritual, the mistletoe. Get out of here with your Christmas trees and all your weird farmer religion. Oh, it's the solstice. Get out of here. We're trying to celebrate Jesus' birthday. This is about the wise men, you creeps. I guess I'm crabby too. Now I don't like Christmas. We got to get out of here. Yeah, I guess that's enough. Well, everybody, just wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Oh, and kids, your parents are liars, and we never went to the moon. The earth is flat. The space is fake. And you have been watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about the Bwewin, truth, and Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO.
BOOZHOO.
This is Michael.
Hello.
And I will see you again. Giga Wabba Min, Minawa. Giga Wabba Min, Minawa. And live stream. Oh!